everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Today, I'm going to show you how I made this glue book. I have another Reader's Digest book here, so this is how it started. This is how it's going to end. I hate the cover of this book. I don't know what I was thinking when I made it, but I absolutely hate looking at it. So I'm not doing that again. But the book was fun nonetheless. I mean, I could scrape everything off and start over, but whatever. Okay, so yesterday, if you want to see how I did, or what the inside of this book looks like, I did a flip through of it yesterday. So first things first, I have all my stuff set aside here. I'm going to be using a different Reader's Digest than this, but I wanted to show you how I ripped out the pages of my Reader's Digest. So I just kind of pull it apart and you can kind of see where the paper is right here. I'm going to very lightly, with my razor blade, I kind of hold my book up and I make my first cut right along that seam. So see how I just barely cut it right here. And I'm just going to cut all the way down the paper very lightly. You can always go back and cut again if you need to. The reason why you want to go really lightly is you don't want to cut through the spine of the book. Okay. So then once you cut a little bit, you can kind of get your razor blade in there and you can just tear it little by little. You don't want to go too fast because you don't want to cut through the spine. So see how as I cut, it pulls apart, do a little cut, pull it apart, a little cut, pull it apart. I don't need to keep saying that. There we go. So I have one side already apart. I'm gonna go to the other side. This side will be much easier because you can fully see where the paper extends. So right here, see, I want to cut right down that. So I'm just going to very lightly cut right down the middle where there's that blank space so I can pull this apart. There's that tape in there. This is what you want to rip very lightly. Baby steps, baby steps. You don't want to cut through your spine. If you cut through your spine, that's fine. You're just going to have to make a different kind of book. You're going to have to make a new spine for it or put it through a cinch machine and make it kind of like a 3-ring or a ring bind or some sort. Okay. So now you're left with this. And what I do then is, oh my gosh, where'd my scissors go? I take my scissors, if I could find them, here they are. Take your scissors, and I just kind of fold the book very lightly like this. And just, this is very key to just barely get all the little pieces that are hanging off. You can very easily cut through your spine doing this, so be really careful. I'm just kind of getting some of those jagged excess pieces here. There we go. I'm just going to take all this garbage because I can't handle having a mess on my desk. I'm going to toss that in the garbage. Ugh. Okay. So then you're left with, your spine. Okay, so I'm going to switch books right now because I'm going to be doing a different one I already cut. So I'm going to use this Reader's Digest that's solid red. Okay, so now you can take these papers and use them for something else. Let's move those aside. Okay, so I have this. So next you're going to do is make your signatures. And I use 3 signatures in mine. Each one has 9 pieces of paper in it of all different sizes. And then these will fit right in here like so. So I like to use an eclectic mix of scrapbook papers in mine. Oops, it goes this way. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to grab my Fabri-Tac glue. This will not seep through your fabric, and it's also a very strong glue, so I like to use this. I'm gonna bring this candle over here so I can keep my, there, and keep my Fabri-Tac upside down. Now I have a piece of fabric that I ripped so that I could have some jaggedy edges. I don't know why I do that, I just like it. And this is approximately, let's see, how wide is this? It's about it's exactly 3¼ inches wide. So essentially this is going to go like this. And then I'm gonna glue it down like this, okay? Is my book facing the right way? It is, okay, so that's good. Okay. That looks pretty even to me. Yeah, okay, I like it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just glue this first. Now, what a lot of people do is they add more substance to the spine by adding some cardboard or cardstock or chipboard in the middle here. I don't want to do that, and the reason why I don't want to do that is I liked how soft and kind of flappy my book is. The spine is still hard-ish, you know what I mean, but it's also soft, and I like that. So I didn't want like a very firm edge, so that's why I'm not going to add more to this. This is totally bound together still, and by adding this fabric, it'll really make the book stick together. I mean, there's other measures I could do, but I mean, it's a glue book. I don't need to be, it's not like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes less is more. Okay, except for this. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna add glue in here. If it'll ever come out. Now I got this piece stuck to my finger. Okay. Let's really get some glue on there. Get this glob off my finger. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and, didn't mean to pull that so tight. Okay, and I'm just gonna pull this tight and smush it down. I'm gonna get my bone folder and I'm just gonna, I really didn't put the glue high enough to go all the way up here, but I'll do that in a minute. The reason why I just kind of wanted this stuck down is that way when I flip it over, this piece is already stuck, so it makes it easier when I'm gluing the front down. Okay, so just gonna throw my glue right there because that's how I roll. All right, so I'm just gonna add glue. And I'll just do little bits at a time. Oh my God, you guys just hear my stomach? Wow, crazy. Woo, that stinks. Okay, so let's get this on here. Give it a little smushy smush. Oops, there, it just comes right off. Okay, make sure it's good in that spine there. Okay. All right, now I'm just gonna do the rest and call it a day. Okay. If you get some glue on there, you can just wipe it off. Okay, so let's smooth this down. Get in the crease. Let's plop this over. Let's finish putting some glue on this bad boy. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're gonna go like this. And we are just gonna glue away. Okay, smush that down. There we go. See how the other side's looking good. Okay. And last but not least, we can glue over the fabric. Okay, and we will just press that down. This little piece needs some more. Okay, so we're just gonna let that dry. Let's check this side. Now we have this. Isn't that so stinking adorable? I love it. Okay. So, pull off these strings if you want, or you can just leave them. Totally up to you. Okay, so on my other book, what I did is I added paper over the top of this paper because I felt like that was just more stability for the fabric. So let's do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut my paper. I'm gonna cut it to 5. And then, what did I say, it was like 7 1/4. I'll go just a little bit above that. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so we'll do 5. Five by 7 and whatever this is. Okay, they're the same size. So I did 7 and whatever this little dot is right here. I don't know what that is. It's 1 medium line away from 7 1/2. And I'm sure all of you are just gonna love telling me in the comments what that is. Okay, all right, so now we will need to glue these down. So let's do that. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue for that. That's this glue. I love it. Okay. I love the fine tip on this glue. It's amazing. Okay, so let's make sure that this is even all the way around. Looks good to me. Just gonna give that a little press-a-rooney with my bone folder. Oops, I had glue on my bone folder. Bad, Nicole, bad. Okay, and let's do this side. Okay. And let's just do the same thing on this side that we did on the other, making sure that they're, you know, similar. Okay. Yeah, that's close enough for me. So I'm just gonna press that down like so. I'm gonna put my little pin back in my glue, put that away. Okay, so now I have the base for my glue book. looking good. Okay. All right, so now I have my 3 signatures. They'll fit in here nicely. So let me grab my book kit, book binding stuff. So I have embroidery floss, a needle, an awl, binder clips, and then I use an old book that I put like, like you just saw that, like old cardboard or whatever in here. And then this is what I use to use to poke my holes. Like sometimes when I get packaging from books and stuff or from craft supplies, I put it in here. Okay, so this is what I use to punch my holes in so I don't put a hole in my table. So this is my spine. It's 1.5 inches. So I made a piece of paper that was the same length as my spine. You want to make sure that the book can close with your paper that's in there so that your book will close nice once you've sewn in your signatures. So now that I have my piece of paper, this is just copy paper. I'm going to fold it in half long ways. Take your time when you're doing this because this is your template. This is what we're making right now, our template for sewing in our signatures. So I folded it in half the long way, and now I'm going to fold it in half one more time. Be patient while you do this because obviously you want to make sure it's straight and just kind of work your way down the paper. Okay. Now we're going to open it up. Like so. And we're going to fold it the other way now. Give it a nice crease. Open it back up. Take the end and fold it right into that middle crease. Like so. Turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. Give it a fold. Okay, so now here is our template. We have all these little lines in here. So here's my middle. What you can't see very easily, or maybe you can, it's hard for me to tell. I have 3 lines now going down the middle. Those are where my signatures are gonna be. So I'm gonna connect the dots. So here's my middle, right? Here's my other line on that middle line. So I'm just gonna put a little circle where all those are. You should have 9 circles total because I'm doing 3 signatures and I'm doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So this is what it'll look like up close. Okay, so now I'm going to put my signatures aside. I'm going to put, oh, here's the other very important thing. Okay, this is the top of my book. I want to put a T right up here. Here's the thing. When you punch these holes and then you go to punch them in your signatures, if you accidentally turn this around for just one of your signatures or even 2 of them, it's not going to fit right. So you want to make sure that you keep this. Ew, is that a spider? No, it's a little fly. I just killed a fly. Ew, I didn't mean to. It was a little tiny gnat. That was weird. Okay, so put a T right there for top. Okay, so I'm going to put this right in the middle of my spine here, and I'm going to use a binder clip to clip it down. Oops, without moving it, but I moved it anyways. Okay, I'm just going to use a paper clip because why is it when you go to do a tutorial, everything just kind of goes, I don't understand. Okay, so we want to make sure that this is even and in the middle. Okay, and now I'm going to take my tool, aka my old book that I use, and I'm going to take my awl, and I'm going to punch all of these. I'm going to take my awl, I'm going to punch all. How many times can I say all? I'm going to punch all these little holes. Give it a little wiggle. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to undo this and move that aside. And now I'm going to get ready to sew in my first signature. So I'm going to take my signatures. I'm going to take my binder clips like this, and I'm going to make sure that the paper is all pushed right up into that spine there, because if they're loose, they're going to be loose in your book, and you don't want that. So make those nice and tight. Okay, so now I got those. So then take, this is my top. Wait, how do I know? Is that my top? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to fold this in here. Okay, now I'm going to punch the holes right in the middle of my spine. Or, not the spine. What is the middle of this? The middle of my signature. Okay, so we got those. And now we're gonna do the other ones. So you'll just repeat the steps for the next 2 signatures. Make sure that it's really flush. The papers are flush together. Make sure they're nice and tight. Add your binder clips. Okay, where's my top? Top. Okay, I'm gonna add my holes. Okay, so now I've got that one. Uh-oh, I didn't mark. Okay, so this is T. Top. I don't know which one was the top on this one. Is this one the top? Yes, top. T, add a T for top. You'll want to know. You'll thank me later. Okay, so now I have my 3 signatures, my holes punched, and they're ready to go in. Now I just need to decide how I want to do these. I think I'll go like this. Yeah. So this is my first one. Okay. I'm going to take my embroidery floss, and I'm going to go 3 lengths of the page. 1, 2, 3. Then I'll give it a little snip. Now I gotta lick the thread and put the thread in the needle. Woo, first try. Ooh-wee. Okay, I'll just show you how I do it. Okay, so I go in through the middle. Everybody has their own way of doing this. There are a million tutorials on YouTube land. So I'm going to find my first signature hole in the middle, and I'm going to go through. I'm going to leave a little tail here. You can clip it if you need to. Then I'm going to go back down through this hole at the bottom and go through this hole. Come back up. Make sure you still have a tail there. And then go down and out through this hole, the top hole, to be more specific than just this hole. Now I'm out through the top hole. Now I'm going to go back through that middle hole, but you want to make sure you're not going through the previous thread, which I just did. There we go. Oops. Get out of there. There we go. Okay. So then I will, oops, pull that through. Okay, so here's a key part. First of all, you want to make sure it's nice and tight. Don't pull too tight. You don't want to rip it. And that, as you can see, I have more than enough thread left over. So if you want to leave tails, you can leave tails and that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's check this. Make sure that it's nice and tight. Looks like I can pull it just a little bit more. And you want to make sure that your threads are on, one is on each side of this middle string right here. Okay? So let's pull it a little bit tighter. I like my stuff really tight. That's what she said. Okay, so now I'm gonna just do 2 knots. Well, I'll do 3 for good measure. What the hell? Let's just do 3. And then I cut mine short, but you can keep yours long if you want. I save those in a little container for my birds outside. Okay, so now you can take these off if you want, because, oh good, I did put that on the top. But what I like to do, because these kind of get in my way, is I just kind of I just kind of clip this to the front, just so it's not like flopping around while I'm trying to do my next signature. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want to make sure I have it on the top. I do. Oh, I need to thread it again. Where'd my... Okay, so I'm going to thread my needle again, but first I'm going to get the length of 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Give it a snip. Boop. Snip it, lick it, stick it. Repeat. Okay. Snip it, lick it, stick it. Okay. Maybe that needs to be my new YouTube name. Okay, so I'm going through the middle again. I'm finding my middle hole that I punched in my spine, putting it through the hole, making sure that my T is up here because this is my top. Pull it through, leave a tail, turn it around, go through that bottom hole, and make sure you're going through the middle because you don't want to have a wonky, then you don't want to have to take it back out and start all over. Okay, so I gotta go through, and then, okay, why am I having such a, my hand is stuck. Okay, hold on, this is why I don't do this on camera. When I do it, it goes just smooth as pie. Okay, smooth as pie, what the heck? Am I hungry? Like, what the heck? What the heck is smooth as pie? I'm an idiot. Okay, back down through the bottom hole, which is, where is it? 1, 2, it should be right here. I feel it. Oh, there it is. Okay, right here. Back out. Keep my tail out there. And then back through the middle. Ah, sorry. Okay, back through that middle hole. I just kind of use my table to push down that needle. There we go. And pull through. Okay, for all of you that are like, dude, get it together. Okay, you try making a YouTube video and doing it online and see how it works. Oh my gosh, nothing goes right. Okay, so let's pull it tight again. Not too tight because you don't want to break your string or rip your paper, but just make sure it's nice and tight. Before I tie it, I always look at my strings to make sure I didn't get hung up on something. I make sure that both of my strings are on either side of the middle. And now I'm going to give it a nice tight knot. And snip. Boom. Signature number 2. Check the outside. okay to me. Okay, so boom. Save those for the birds. Okay, so now my favorite part is taking all these stinking clips off and seeing if you messed up at all. Oy. Ta-da! There it is. There it is in all its majestic glory. Okay, so let's flip through. There we go. This is just like my book, exactly the same as my book. And you go through. So the cool thing about this is that like on these white pages, this is where I added like bigger magazine images, like the big ones. And then on these, I had fun with like all my fussy cut stuff. So yeah, lots of fun paper in this one. So yep, there you go. There you have it. And if you want, with mine, I added a little bit of lace right here. So I'm going to do that on this one as well. Will that go there? No. Ooh, oh God, my little hands. I'm just going to add a little bit of lace right here just because I feel like it. Oh my God, I'm using my Timmy scissors. That's a big no-no in my house. Only for paper. Okay, grab this. So let's see. So let's cut that. And I will go I don't know if I like it all the way up the... No, I do. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac and add a tiny bit of glue. Come on, Fabri-Tac. Help a sister out. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and put it right on the edge there. All right. And then once that dries, I'll add a little bit more when needed. But there we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it so much. You could also add a bit of lace here too, if you wanted. Like that. That looks very finished. What do you guys think? Lace or no lace? Cream colored lace or no lace? I kind of like it with the lace. I don't know. You guys, let me know. Actually, too bad. I'm doing it. Too late. Doing it anyways. What do you guys know anyways? All right, there we go. Okay, so let's add a little bit of Fabri-Tac. Okay. This stuff stinks and it's messy, but boy, let me tell you, it works so good. Okay. I need to go this way so I make sure that I get it straight. Is that straight? No, it is not. I want it straight. There we go. I love it. Okay, I'm going to keep this lace out because I need to add lace on the back side and still on the other side. But there you go, guys. That's my tutorial on how I make a Reader's Digest glue book. This is just how I do it. This isn't the way I always do it. This is not how I make every book, but this is how I'm making these glue books currently, and it's worked really well for me, and I hope it works really well for you. I'm going to be having a few of these for sale and some giveaways coming up. All I can say is make sure that you're liking, that you're commenting, wink, wink, and subscribed, because, you know, you never know if one of these might land in your lap, specifically this one right here. All right, guys, until next time, bye.